smells like seawater. No, sea salt water. Smells like sea salt water, right? Smells kind of bad.
Alright, so does anybody know the difference between a mine and a cave? No.
Smells like sea salt water in here because they had to pump out 87 gallons a minute, and that cost a lot. Your storage is full.
Anything that looks like this, please do not touch it because we have oils on our fingers. Those oils, when you touch it, get onto the flowstone, then it stops growing. What we want is we want it to keep growing, so that eventually it'll get really, really big. So just don't touch anything that looks like that. But this is flowstone. Do you guys remember what rock we are standing in right now? Marble. And that's a metamorphic rock. It's from limestone, so it goes from limestone to marble. This marble has calcite in it. The calcite is pulled out by the water, and that's what makes this kind of formation. There's calcium in our teeth. There's a calcium in tongues. Here up there, you see those icicle-looking things?
Yeah.
Those are stalactites because they're tight to the ceiling, and then stalagmites are on the ground. Exactly. So we don't have any. We have one set of stalagmites that I'll show you guys. Mostly what we have
I'm
are
not going to talk this
stalactites.
much.
That's again from the water.
I'm not going to talk much. This video. Wow. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know what I'm saying now. 480 volts. Oh my god.
And there's nothing for them to eat. There's nothing for them to sustain life on. So there's no.
Where's T-Mobile?
There's no plants.
Oh, I see. T-Mobile's right there.
How long is it?
Spider?
So there's
No,
actually
T-Mobile.
35 miles of tunnel, and it's all here and underneath us. But
That's
we're
not
only
my hair.
walking about a quarter of a mile, not even, because everything else is flooded.
And as we walk through, there may be time to get dripped upon it, but don't.
It's
See what's in there.
Exactly. So when you get dripped on, that's actually a superstition. It means that you got blessed. Yeah. Good luck.
Hope I get blessed. Maybe I get blessed. Wait, what did she just say?
If you get touched by it, that is a superstition. If you get touched by it,
Oh my god!
oh my god, I got so scared.
Hold up though.
There's a mannequin that scared us.
There's a mannequin that scared me. I thought that was a real human. Why do they keep doing that? That scared me. I want to touch me. I want to be blessed. Just kidding. It's your choice. Finally, we get to move that. No, but that mannequin though. Seriously. They make them good. Exactly. They make. Oh my god. Another mannequin. This should be in Disney for a scary thing.
Move up.
Alright, you guys come squeeze in. Come on, squeeze in and listen.
Squeeze in.
Alright, so you guys
And now turn around.
the pipes above you? Yeah. So one of those is a water pipe. Remember when I said we had to pump water out of the mine because it's flooded? That's how they pump the water out. The one behind it is an air circulation pipe. So the air gets pumped in, and that's how they power the drills, because the drills were used, they used air to power the drills, air and water. So that's how they pump the water out. Another air circulation system were these doors. There's two sets of doors. One had to be closed at a time. So if you wanted the miners to be able to breathe, to be able to get enough air, one set of doors would have to be closed and another set of doors would have to be open. It created a kind of vacuum seal. I just asked you guys to not flash.
Yeah.
It's in my eyes, sorry. It would create like a vacuum seal, and that would push the air to the different levels of the mine, and that's how the miners were able to work in these dusty, dirty environments.
There will be plenty of other things for you to take pictures of, so you might want to conserve your phones for that.
Conserve our phones for what?
There's going to be other things to take pictures of.
Listen, you guys see that band
Shut your
right
flashes off.
So that represents an 8-year-old boy. So what do you think he was doing here in the mine? He was working, yeah. So before child labor laws were put in, if you got hurt on the job or you were sick, you were able to send your 8-year-old son down to work for you. And he was really good because he could get into small spaces. And a lot of times, the little boys were used to keep the doors open and closed. So that's how they were put into work. If you didn't have a son, you couldn't send your daughter. You most likely would lose your home because miners' homes came from the mining company. So was super helpful, especially if you got hurt.
Nor.
So, yeah. You guys can follow me down.
This is a cave. It was built in 1610, right?
Oh, okay, why did you tell me?
Oh, please.
I guess. Like, they're super tiny, but they're still about 30 years old. Gravity is kind of working against them.
Wait,
so
what did they just say?
Big in a short period of time.
Wait, what did she
But
just
those are
say?
stalagmites or formate stalagmites.
Wait, what did she just say? What are those? So wait, I can't hear you for some reason. Stalagmites? Oh,
Yeah.
but those aren't like mites. Ew, what is that? You see that right there?
So especially so if you have heat over water.
Yeah, right there.
So if it rained like last week, you'll see the water.
She's gonna get blessed a lot.
Super rainy for the past couple days. I don't know why. And it's raining today, so that kind of makes sense too. But this especially, this is called the mud zone. So when you see a lot of water in a mine, it's not a great sign because that means that the rock has a lot of holes in it, which means more water is coming through. If the rock has a lot of holes in it, it's not super stable. So this steel and concrete set, you guys notice we're not standing under rock anymore? This is steel and concrete. So they put this in place to hold the rock up above our heads. This way you can go through safely and the rock won't collapse. There was a lot of different safety measures similar to this one, which you'll see as we're walking through. But the steel and concrete, it was the most expensive, but it was the most useful because it didn't warp. It was super, super strong. But a lot of times, water still seeps through, and there is iron flowstone right behind me. So that's another cave formation. But it's kind of a man-made formation because of the steel and concrete. So that's pretty cool.
That looks dangerous.
Iron stalactites forming.
Yeah, that's what I showed you, Mohammed.
Stalactites. So that's really cool as well. Yeah, that's the reason why even under you guys, especially under me, this is super wet and muddy. That's
true.
because this was not a stable area.
Sorry, I didn't do my intro, and I'm gonna upload like 8 videos right now. So,
Thank God I didn't bring my own new shoes.
these are my favorite shoes. So,
Yeah, well, my new ones are also my favorite, so it's kind of your fault.
these aren't my new shoes. I had these for like 2 years already. I don't
You
know
guys
how.
can pull back a little bit. Just move back a little bit.
We're gonna go in that room back together.
All right.
What are
We've
those?
got another tour in front of us, so we're just going to see.
Is that one of the pipes that they use?
Does anybody have any questions? I know I saw some hands before. Yep.
You'll have no cell service down here.
These? Yeah, there's no cell service here, guys. What was your question? So these are hoses. Remember when I said the drills, they use
No
air
cell
to
service.
power the drills?
Because
This is what the air went through, and that's how the drills were able to get the air and water, because they used a mix of air and water to power the drills. Yep.
Whoa.
What happened to boy get like that, stuff? If he got stuff, we would try to help them as best we can. Like the miners would try to find him, but most of the time it would be just like if a grown miner was stuck. You know, it was the same thing. He was treated just like he was an adult, even though he was only 8 years old. What are those? These are different rock bolts. So rock bolts, you'll see they're up in the ceiling to hold the rock up in place. These are what would be put in the ceiling. I'll show you guys at the end of the tour what that is. Yeah.
They're staring at us.
What the lights? The lights are put in here by the museum just so you guys can see. Yeah, that's really
We would have to only have the lights on our house.
Not the light. There's something behind the light. Yeah, that's just
like the
thing.
coloring of it and stuff. It's just the light bulbs. It might be like a different light bulb used, different brand. Every brand is different.
I think the more like better one.
Yeah, I don't like the kind of orangey looking light.
No, the orange one is better because it actually looks like a. Actually, no, the white one looks like a mine. A little bit of light.
Yo, why do they make the mannequins so good?
All right.
Go down.
all the way down. Hi!
Front 2 rows, ladies.
Ah! Ouch. You're supposed to go right there. Ouch. I do not know what this film is. There's a mannequin.
Alright, so remember what I said, we're following the route of a miner today? Yeah. So the miners would enter through the attic, which is how we entered. They would enter through there, walk down, and sit in, or not sit in, but come into this room. These chairs weren't here before. And they would grab their lamps. So how do you think miners would see before electricity, before lamps? Lamps were like this. Before lamps were made. Candles, exactly. So open flame. Do you think that's safe in a mine? No, especially if it's a coal mine, because coal does what?
Oh, it's flammable and it burns to fire food, heat
coal
food.
burns because of a odorless gas called methane. If you get a methane pocket in a mine, you have an open flame that's super, super dangerous. So that's where the term canary in a coal mine came from. Have you guys ever heard that? No. Canary in a coal mine is just an old term. I actually don't think I've heard it.
You're learning final awareness until my
basically,
channel.
miners would carry around canaries because male canaries sing in the dark. If your canary stops singing, that means that there's bad air. So that's just an old way that they were able to tell if there's bad air. We don't have any methane in this mine because we don't have any coal. What we had to worry about was carbon monoxide. You guys know you have carbon monoxide detectors in your homes? Yeah. The reason you guys have those detectors is because it's odorless, it's tasteless, and you can't see it. So a way that they were able to know if there's methane in the air was one of these old lamps created by Sir Humphrey Davy. There are enough holes in here that it sucks up the air. Normally a flame is red or orange, yellow. When there's methane in the air, how many of you guys have a gas stove?
Have a gas
What color is
stove?
the flame?
Purple.
Purplish blue, yep. So when there's methane in the air, this flame inside would be blue. The miner would see that and be like, oh, there's bad air, I need to leave. If there's carbon monoxide in the air, it would turn more like a whitish color, whitish green. So then you would know there's carbon monoxide in the air. The reason we have these back here, these are called self-rescuers. Every single miner had to have one of these. It was mandated by the zinc company, by every mining company. If there is carbon monoxide in the air, you were able to take this out of its holder. This is the mouthpiece. You would put it up to your mouth. It creates a chemical reaction, an exothermic reaction, so it gets really, really hot. But it takes carbon monoxide and turns it into carbon dioxide. That is the gas that we breathe out, right? So you don't really want to be breathing it in. It's not the best, but it's better than carbon monoxide. So this gave you about 15 minutes to an hour to get out of the mine, depending on how bad the air was. But this saved a lot of miners' lives, and that's why it was mandated you had to have one.
Parker.
I'm not sure what the worth of these were. These were given to the miners, so they didn't have to buy them or anything. They were given to them by the company.
I said Parker.
I'm not sure what the worth of these were.
Just because you are Parker.
No, because it's dirty. Don't put your mouth on that. It's old. Probably doesn't work anymore. It's just a problem. So that's the self-rescuer, and then there was a even better lamp created by Thomas Edison. So remember when I said that Thomas Edison was a miner? He had a mine 3 miles from here, an iron mine, but because he was a miner, he knew exactly what miners needed. He knew the problems that they went through, so he decided that he was going to create a better working lamp so that they didn't have to carry around these lamps, that they didn't have to use candles on their hard hats. This is an electric cap lamp. So this right here is the big old battery pack. Batteries are rechargeable, so behind you are the charging stations. They were able to charge these. They charged for up to 10 to 12 hours, which is a typical miner's work day. And they put this on their belts like that. This light would be up because candles don't really give off a lot of light. This also had an extra filament in it, so when one filament in the bulb blows out, another one is able to pop back on, and that's another safety measure. Had to have double filament bulbs. And that was another super great invention by Thomas Edison. Back here, you guys see what I'm standing in front of this board? This is called, this is what they use to brass in and brass out. So that's kind of like clocking in and out of a job, or when your teacher takes attendance, she knows that you're here, you know? So you would take, every miner had a number. So say you're miner number 54, you would take your token, number 54, put it on your belt, in your pocket, anywhere safe that you won't lose it. And that way your shift manager knows that you're at work. When you put it back on the board, that means that you're not working. If you, say a miner forgot to put this back up on the board, what do you think would happen?
They get fired.
They don't get fired, but your boss doesn't think that you're safe. He thinks that you're stuck in the mine somewhere, or you're still working. So he's going to send out a whole search and rescue team to come find you. I think that's going to cost him money, right? Because he has to pay these people to go and find you. Once he notices that you're coming back the next morning, he's going to be really mad at you because he just spent his time and money to search for you, and you just forgot to put it up on the board. You were back home eating dinner. So, what do you think he's going to do once he finds that out? You're not going to get fired because they really need you to work.
Or you'll get punished.
You'll get punished. So, what's the worst punishment you guys can think of?
Getting executed.
Torture? Not torture.
Executed.
Extra mining.
Extra mining could be
Extra shifts.
something to do with cleaning. What would you guys really not want to clean?
In the toilets.
Yep. So miners that got in trouble had to clean toilets, and I'll show you what the toilets look like in a second. If you guys want to get up and follow me.
What happened to the other? It's not better than mining, in my opinion. Ah! That's like a 500-year-old door. That's 5 decades. 5 decades-year-old door. Why did I do that? I don't know. Say hi. No. Yes. Delete that right now. It didn't get your face. Ooh, another mannequin who stayed there for years or 50. It's right there. Mannequin is right there. Wait, how does the toilets look like? Oh, come on, I have to look. Oh, that's the toilet.
All right, you guys see these buckets right here?
Yeah.
You guys ever hear the term kick the bucket? That's where this comes from. You want to kick it to make sure nothing's in there. But these are the toilets that the miners used. Normally, miners only had one good pair of work gloves. I think they would wear them to clean the nasty toilets. No, they didn't want to ruin the gloves. So normally they wouldn't wear gloves.
Oh.
Yeah, bare hands. Not a great job. Is it like a
No. You would have to empty the bucket.
Yep. No way to flush it. No way. Is it empty? It's empty now. Yeah, definitely.
How would they fit?
Don't you dare sit on it.
And this is the first aid kit. So if anything happened to a miner, this was not only a great place to nap because it was dry and warm, but it had all the items that you needed just in case you did get hurt in the mine. So people would help you. There was one of these on every level of the mine. What's in there?
Let's go. It looks like a coffin. Why were they that big?
So this right up here is the largest example of flowstone in New Jersey.
Listen, look how pretty that is.
And it's about 70 years old. So that, you see that green right there?
Yeah.
That's the only plant life we have is algae, and that's because of our lights. So those lights are
it's
actually
green.
enough to make photosynthesis happen.
see.
Normally that
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
happen inside a mine because there wouldn't be, or inside a cave because there wouldn't be any light. So this right here, this is basically like an elevator system for the miners. So, you know how I said there's different levels of the mine? There's 35 miles of tunnel in the mine. Yeah. Miners would have to go to their different working levels. So if you were working on a level below you, you would have to grab all your tools, get up on the man cage. That's what the yellow stair-looking thing is. It's a man cage. There would be about 30 miners on there at once. That's a lot of miners. It would go about 10 miles per hour. And the way that you would tell the elevator operator or the hoist man where to go is you would ring a bell. So you would say which level you're on. So we are right now on the adit level, which says 1-1. So you would ring it.
Oh.
And that way they knew you were on the adit level. Say you wanted to go to level 500, that's 2 1. So you'd say I want to go on 500. And that tells you where you want to go. The hoistman would then repeat that back to you so that he knows that he got it correct. And then you would be sent down to that working level. You would only really go down from here because this is basically like a surface level. All the working levels where the miners would work are below us, which are now flooded, which is why we're not in production anymore. The one next to him on the left, that's another man cage shaft, so that's another place where miners went up and down. And then these two are where the ore carts went up and down. So if you had ore that needed to be moved from different levels, those are the 2 stations that move the ore.
Why is there a huge rope? They got executed. Just kidding. Adventure Craft? I mean, a really place, you know? So is some stuff here replaced? That's my question.
Alright, you guys can stop here real quick. Alright, you guys can back up a little bit. If you want to back up, please. Back up.
Don't stare at me. Why you staring? Because you're going,
I need to be black.
these look like train tracks. Yes, we follow her. Just kidding. Ooh!
Alright, if you guys can stay very quiet for me, please.
Ooh, mannequin!
Very quiet, please.
Another mannequin. Where? Right there.
Alright, don't follow me here, stay here. Alright, so can I answer any questions for you guys? I will explain that in a second. Anything from before this part? It's not working right now, so what we're doing is we're having people try to fix it, and that way those tokens were actually taken home by miners so that they could remember their time here. So we had to replicate a few of them. We only have a few of the actual original ones. Yeah, a lot of times they were a souvenir for miners. Alright, so
why are you taking a picture of Adham? Oh my gosh, he looks like Mama.
Wallington? Yeah. So my family's from Wallington, and
I'm just kidding.
we're like first generation Americans, so my parents came from Newark to Wallington. I was born in Wallington, and then we moved up here. So now I live in Wantage, which is about 20 minutes from here. Alright,
What is that for?
Alright, folks, let's listen. Move towards me a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, stop, and let's face.
Bless you.
I will explain that in just a minute. So, where we are right now, there used to not be a fence here. So, when there was no fence here, you see those train tracks? You know how I was talking about the ore cart that was on the train tracks? So the ore cart would move its way up here, and then somebody would push the ore down that grate. All the rocks that were too big would kind of get stuck there, right? So that's why we have that mannequin to represent the grizzly man. This is called the grizzly, the worker is called the grizzly man. So what he does, when this mine was in production, there was no water here. When there was no water, the rocks would fall down into a rock crusher 1,000 feet down. Now,
Oh my god.
water down here.
You could see the water.
This time one fell in the feet. If they fall down, they can just
Watch your phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my
Right, so you guys see that those things floating around on
It
top?
goes, the water
That's
is
gold.
about
So,
1,000
this is
feet.
fungus.
Oh yeah, the water.
1,000 feet.
The water is about 1,000 feet. The whole entire thing is 1,000 feet. So if somebody fell,
the water filled it up.
yeah.
That's why the water's so blue.
Did you push someone?
Because there's not a lot of
I don't want you to die.
What?
I don't want you to die. Okay. You have a YouTube channel.
You guys will be able to see it a little bit more.
Pushing me. Has anybody ever fell down here?
There have been stories of people falling down. I don't have any confirmation or anything. Nobody from when the mine shut down has fallen down there. So since 1986, nobody's fallen down here.
But
Before that, people might have fallen down, but I wasn't alive then.
Wait, this tunnel was built 1610?
No. So the oldest miners were here in 1610, but this mine wasn't built until around like the 18 to 1900s.
Oh.
All right,
All right, let's focus and listen, please.
That's 1,000 feet high. It doesn't look like it, but
while you guys are walking through the mine, you're going to
water.
see a ton of little holes, and a lot of times I have people asking me what those are. Those are holes from the drills. So to be able to drill into the rock, we need to use these big heavy machines. The ones up there, those are 2-man drills. They were the oldest drills. They were super heavy, so you had to have 2 people using them. And they were also called widow makers.
That looks like a
Does that sound like a nice name for a machine?
no.
It implies that the machine was a killer, basically, because the air that we used would just make dust fly out, and the miners were breathing in that dust. When you breathe in dust, it's really bad for your lungs. You get something called silicosis, or white lung, and it's white lung because the marble here is white. In coal mines, it would be black lung. And a lot of times, miners only lived to about 25 years old, which is not very old at all. Then, as we move down, we have the newer drills. So the newer drills are 1-man drills. So one miner was able to use this. He was able to handle this drill. And over here, they didn't use just air, like in the drill over there. They would use air and water. So the water was able to trap that dust so that it wouldn't go into your lungs. But the problem with that is that you're still going to get very wet. So a lot of miners, when they had to use this, they had to wear wetsuits to make sure they wouldn't, be uncomfortable in the mine. Yep.
Wouldn't the coal mine be worse than the
Coal mines are definitely more dangerous than any other mine. So our mine was not very dangerous. There were not a lot of casualties. In a coal mine, you'll see the casualties are going to go up because it's a more dangerous environment to work in.
Especially the once you blow it and the dust.
Exactly.
And you breathe it in because black air is bad for your lungs.
Exactly. Yep.
Ew. I did not see that ring. Oh my god. What is happening? You hear that, Parker?
Alright, so this is another drill.
Ooh, person, mannequin. Explosives. No smoking, no done.
Alright, what do you guys know about diamonds?
They're hard. They're hard.
Nothing could break them.
They're the hardest.
That's the thing I wanted to hear.
They're the hardest rock in the world.
They're the hardest rock in the world. So marble is a 3 on the most hardness scale. Diamond is a 10. So what do you think we use to cut into marble? Explosive. So if I told you guys this was diamond, would you believe me?
No.
It is diamond. So this is a diamond-tipped drill bit. So it's industrial grade diamond. So diamond is actually not as rare as a lot of people think. Black diamonds, gray diamonds, that's what they use to make industrial tools. This would drill into here, leave a hole like this. They would take it out and you get a core sample, which is a cylinder like the one sitting underneath you behind that fence. They would take the core sample and give it to a geologist. The geologist would say, hey, there's zinc in here, you guys should keep mining in this area. If there's no zinc in the core sample, he's going to say, nope, don't mine in this area, it's a waste of your time. So they would put a red stop sign here to tell miners not to mine any further because there's no zinc in the area, they're not going to make any money. So that is what that's. Oh, cool.
Well, that is cool, though.
Why wouldn't they sell the diamond? Because we weren't a diamond mine, we were a zinc mine, so we didn't care about anything else but zinc.
Still cool. Oh,
a milkshake.
It doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, the water's going
Now
down.
I'm hungry. Again, yeah.
Wait, was this?
Alright, I know a lot of you guys were asking me if you could touch the flowstone. This part inside the wood is the only flowstone you can touch, okay? So if you did want to touch it here. Don't touch it anywhere else outside of this wood, okay?
That's all the rocks before
So you can touch it.
While you guys are touching, can you listen as well?
Yeah.
Sweet. So, what you're standing under is a timber set. Remember the steel set we were standing under before?
Yeah.
That was made of steel and concrete. This is made of timber, so it's wood.
Come here. Don't.
Wood, there's a problem with wood is that it warps and it rots, and there's a lot of water in the mine, so wood will easily rot and warp. That's why these were cheaper. They're cheaper to make, and they did not last as long. So we really did prefer the steel sets, and that's what miners still use. But the timber set did its job. It's here to hold up the rock, same reason the steel set was there. So when there's faulty rock, the timber set is able to hold it above our heads.
Is it possible to find a skeleton here?
No.
Find a what?
There's no animals, so you're not going to find animal skeletons.
That's scary.
No, not in this level, because nobody died in this level of the mine.
What's all the way down
Okay, well,
We'll see. We'll walk you down there, so you'll see. Alright, so, you guys, if you're looking up, you guys see those plates?
Yeah.
So those are the rock bolts. I know you guys had a question about that before. They look like this. So this part is actually in the ceiling, and then the bottom part is what you guys see on top, right? So this is the actual part that's in the rock. This itself can hold 20,000 pounds, which is the size of an African elephant. So it holds up a lot of rock. This is a preferred system, a safety system nowadays. So instead of the timber set, you'll see we have a lot of these bolts up here holding up rock. Anything past right here was created by the museum. So this wasn't here when the mine was here. This was created by the museum, and you'll see, you guys see how the edges are kind of scalloped? They are, they like cave in a little bit.
Yeah.
Each of those edges that you see are represent a dynamite blast. So every time there's a blast of dynamite, it goes 9 feet, then they have to do another blast.
9
It goes
feet?
9 feet, another blast, 9 feet, and that's why the scalloped edges are here.
That's
Sorry guys. This right over here